Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are continuing our project. Our project, of course, being getting our Argo maxed out, and we're actually getting relatively close to that. We're currently working on that. We, of course, still have our training module being upgraded right now. That's okay. We are pretty much ready to deploy, though, and we are going to do that and build up some funds so that we can continue with our upgrades. So we're going to go see what we've got. We know we have a lot of pretty basic missions here, and we're just going to be tearing through these as quick as we can. We just want to get these done, and realistically, that's a free priority salvage there. Sure, we lose some non-priority salvage. The cost there is 100k for 3 non-priority salvage. It could be good, it could be not good. This is a battle. Salvage just is not great here. Even if we crank it up, it's 313. I think we're just going to sit at 1.4, and then we're going to grab the extra 100 and what? 108k? Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're mostly prioritizing cash right now. I mean, I guarantee you there'll be something where I'm just like, I really wish I had more salvage, but we're making that decision now. Now, we're not going to bring these mech warriors. We are, of course, going to bring primarily trainees, and that's going to get exciting. The question is, do we want to bring the mongoose, or do we want to bring the panther? And given the choice between the SRM-6 and the thumper, I think we're going to go with the thumper. I think that's too simple of a choice to make. I want our top gunnery pilot to be in the Stalker. I want our... And actually, his tactics is 5. Yeah, I think that's fine to give up a tactics for a gunnery point in the Stalker for right now. It's not ideal, but I think it'll have to do. And then we're going to put Coach in our Blackjack. And then we're going to put Devourer in the Stealth. And then probably Rancher in the Vulcan. Perhaps Kraken in the Hunchback, and then one of our really low-ranked trainees, either Safety or Goldfinch. And actually, Goldfinch is the lowest rank. We'll put him in the Panther. And accidentally back out. Well, that wasn't ideal. Let's try that again. I hate that it doesn't save that. Okay, so we wanted to have Warbore here. We wanted to have Devourer in the Stealth. Coach in the... Coach was actually in the Blackjack, I believe. We'll put Coach in the Blackjack. We'll put Goldfinch in the Panther. And we will put Rancher in the Vulcan. And Kraken in the Hunchback. Okay, something like that. So we're going to deploy this. This is a 1-skull mission. Intel will almost certainly be wrong. We expect this. I don't even know what the intel is, realistically. We're just looking to go in there, blow up a few mechs, grab some quick money, maybe get a decent salvage piece that we can either sell or utilize, and then we will just proceed from there. We're just looking to make money right now. We can start taking some real risks after we get the Argo upgraded, because at that point, we're going to not have that constant cost of purchasing upgrades. So at that point, we're going to start looking at maybe getting into some flashpoints or some, what's the term? Some longer-term contracts, regardless. I forget what the actual term is. But for now, we need to destroy enemy units. Satellite surveillance pictures show that a heavy lance, was inserted onto the planet's surface by a Merrick dropship. Currently, we believe that they're securing their LZ, preparing for whatever operation they have planned. Before they finish securing the area, we'd like you to interrupt them. They're heavily armed, so expect strong resistance. Maybe I should have read that first. If they just sat down, they may not be battle-ready. We might catch them with their metaphorical pants down. Yeah, I probably should have read this. If it's a heavy lance, this could get interesting. That said... Our artillery will likely be able to soften them up to a decent level. That's awkward. This is where the satellite pictures showed the hostile lance touching down. Move up and make contact. Let's see what we're dealing with. Expect serious resistance. Olivier out. Okay. Well, I gotta say, this is one of the things that drives me the most crazy about RogueTech. Like, I don't like the fact that so often your drop points put you on split levels. And you don't get to determine who goes on top of the hill or on top of the cliff and who goes below the cliff. Like, sure, here we can jump several of our mechs up the cliff. Like, we could jump the Vulcan up, and we will. We can't jump the Hunchback. The Hunchy is going to have to go around. We don't want to aggro this in the slightest. The Stealth we could jump up.
Copy that.
But the Stalker, and actually the Stalker and the Blackjack being down there don't matter. They're artillery boats. But we're just going to put the Panther right here. I don't want to aggro these guys until we make it around the cliff with at least our Hunchy. Okay, Hunchy's going to go around. That's an enemy contact. Ah, we see a Javelin. That's not exactly heavy. I would not call a Javelin heavy. Okay. I guess since we see a contact anyway, we might as well grab 2 evasive pips and brace.
Moving out.
The stealth, we're going to do basically the same thing. 2 evasive pips and brace. The Stalker is going to sprint over towards the edge of the cliff, as is the Blackjack.
Copy that, Commander.
And the Panther is largely just going to stay put and brace.
Confirmed.
Okay, enemy turn. Let's see what they got. I wanted to prevent moving forward. Okay. Noted. So they've got some artillery of their own. They've got a scout helicopter. That's...
What are your orders, Skipper?
Okay. A scout helicopter is not frightening. We're going to drop some artillery on the Javelin.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
Okay, they have reinforcements coming in. The Javelin just took a beating. Okay, 12 damage to the stealth. We don't care. That is quite irrelevant. The Vulcan, we are going to move up over this way. We are going to sprint. We're going to get out of this area and scout out what they've got up here. What is this thing? Is that another helicopter? That's a ferret. Yeah, that's a helicopter of some sort. We don't know where the reinforcements are necessarily. Oh, they're up over here. Okay. Good to know. We're going to take a pot shot at the Javelin. I don't expect too much for hits here.
10-4.
That was far better than expected. Okay, we'll take it.
Standing by.
We're going to move the stealth. Can we get... these are not good positions. This barrage isn't incoming until next round, though. We're going to move up to here.
Going full throttle.
And next turn, we'll get out of this. We'll fire on the Javelin with our streaks. Okay, engine crit, gyro destruction.
Scored a critical hit.
Not bad. He also chose to not move, which is fascinating. It's not a decision I would have made, to be sure. We're going to leave the Panther exactly where it's at, in cover. It is not in danger from this barrage unless this starts fires, and we'll be able to move out of that. We're just going to drop a thumper on the Javelin. This may kill it.
Engaging target.
Okay, that was way off target. But it still did some internal damage and knocked him down, so that's something. We haven't gotten to move our Stalker yet, so the Stalker can almost certainly destroy the Javelin in total. Firing on the Vulcan, they did 10 damage. That's... we don't care. It's absolutely fine.
Ready for orders.
The Hunchy is going to sprint its way around this way, see if it can make its way around the cliff. Great. And now the Stalker is going to move up over here. We do see a sensor trace up over this way. What is this? That is a Maxim hover transport. It's not too threatening. We're just going to fire on the Javelin here. I think the Javelin dies to this.
Engaging with target.
Yep, Javelin is dead.
I hope we can salvage that.
As expected. Okay, now we've got the 2 helicopters. Those shouldn't be too difficult to take out. We see a J. Edgar closing in. That's not that threatening. Especially if it misses. Which it did. We saw something up over here too. That is a galleon. So much for a heavy lance. Come on, Darius. Your intel is absolutely garbage. Okay. So we are going to position the stealth right about here. We're in cover, 2 evasive pips, so we're probably going to take some damage here. I do want to fire on probably the ferret, is what I'm thinking right now. We also see a Strider over there. Okay. This is really not threatening.
Affirmative.
One dead ferret.
Vehicle down.
Okay, sprint closes in but does not fire.
I'm receiving.
We're going to take the Vulcan up over here. Its mission, destroy the sprint. We'll see if it manages it. That thing has a destroyed or in some way inoperable laser. Yeah, we didn't destroy it. I'm not too surprised by that. We see a Strider closing in.
Skipper.
The Blackjack is going to make its way slowly over here, and I think we're going to drop artillery on the Strider at this point. Well, that Strider is all about putting out narcs and tags. Do they have much for LRMs? Tag barrage. No one really thought about this when they put this force together, did they? They have 1 million narcs and tags, and no missiles to use it with. Okay.
Fun time.
Well, we're not too concerned. I mean, I guess they had a few missiles, but not really anything to make this worthwhile. We're going to continue to drop artillery on the Strider.
Firing.
That missed again. Fair enough. Well, it didn't miss, but it was pretty off target. Okay, so they do have some missiles out there. Good to know. That's the Maxim hover transport. I did not check that one. Okay, that is absolutely fine. We're going to continue to drop some artillery on the Strider with our Arrow 4. That went a little bit off target, but overall wasn't the worst.
Standing by.
The Hunchy can actually get into position to do something now. Just pot shots, but actually those hit odds are not the worst on the Maxim.
Firing.
Excellent. And there goes that artillery barrage. We were well out of there. The Strider has moved in at this point. J. Edgar is just moving around a little bit. They didn't fire.
Confirmed.
An interesting choice, to be sure. The Blackjack is going to drop artillery on the Strider. This is going to... I mean, only 4.3% hit odds, but, I mean, it's a pair of thumpers, so it's going to do something.
Volume of fire.
That's a good armor strip, actually. We'll take it.
Yes, Commander.
The Vulcan, at this point, honestly... What are hit odds like? Mediocre. But we're going to go for it.
Affirmative.
Absolutely nothing.
Failed to connect.
I'm okay with this.
Good to go.
We're going to take the stealth up over this direction. Something like... Oh, is that... Yep, we do actually have a line of sight there.
On my way.
I'm just wondering what the hit odds are here. 64 versus 57. I mean, the Strider has taken a lot of center torso damage. We may just straight up kill it here.
Firing full complement on enemy.
Omnimech gyro destruction. And an ejection. Okay, we'll take it.
Ready to rock.
The Panther is just going to drop artillery, I think, on the J. Edgar at this point.
I'm on him.
Yeah, that's a full-on miss right there. Okay, fair enough.
Receiving you.
The Hunchy can come forward over here. I look forward to our backstab on the Vulcan. I think we're going to not fire the ER medium so that we don't overheat. Wow, we actually managed to not backstab the Vulcan there. And we even hit the the helicopter for once. I think we're going to continue working on the J. Edgar, probably what our hit odds on the Galleon. Actually, our hit odds on the Galleon are slightly higher.
Taking the shot.
Okay. Excellent. 8 damage from the Maxim. We don't care.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
And the J. Edgar backs off. Fine. We'll see what the Galleon does here. I think this is the Galleon moving anyway. Maybe the helicopter? Ah, yeah, that was a helicopter. Fair enough.
Got something you want done?
Yep, I want you to finish off this galleon.
Locked on.
That was a solid hit from the Arrow 4. Very nice.
One more for the trash heap.
Standing by.
I do want our Vulcan to come in over here and hopefully finish off this sprint. We are hitting strong side, but that kind of doesn't matter with the amount of armor this thing has.
Roger.
Okay, I guess it does matter if we don't hit with things,
What's up, boss?
despite the hit odds. That's fine. We're going to take the stealth over this way. Do we see the J. Edgar? We actually do. This is a rear arc. 14% though versus 85%. That's an easy choice.
Got it.
Okay.
Yup.
Blackjack, I think... The Maxim is already panicked. I think we'll drop our artillery here and see if we get an ejection. That'll be better for our salvage that we don't have much of.
All weapon systems.
One miss. That was unfortunate.
Standing by.
We'll have our Hunchy close in over here, see if it can finish off this helicopter. Yeah, this would end up overheating. I think we'll not fire the ER large. We need to do something about the Hunchy's heat generation. And that is definitely something that we will do. That was a bit unfortunate. 3 50% rolls there.
No luck. What are your orders, Skipper?
Okay, well the Panther can continue laying the pressure on the Maxim. Okay. I was hoping that the Maxim would eject from that, but nope. That's okay. We've already got our salvage, probably. That's a fair number of hits. I suppose they moved back into basically ideal range there. Makes sense.
I'm here.
We're going to use our Vulcan here to finish off the helicopter. There's no way it survives this.
Firing.
There we go.
Vehicle down.
So much for this being a heavy lance, though. That's for sure. Well, we'll just finish this off real quick.
Skipper.
The Blackjack here can continue dropping on the Maxim. And there's an ejection. That's what I was looking for.
Waiting for orders.
The Stealth is just going to close in on the J. Edgar.
Understood. Moving fast.
And this could, in theory, I suppose, be a kill, but odds are pretty low on that. Yeah, mostly just armor reduction.
For orders.
The Stalker, however, the Stalker can likely kill it.
I copy.
Structure exposure.
Receiving you.
The Hunchy can come in over here.
move.
Is this firing strong side? Actually, this is weak side. I think we alpha this and go for the kill.
Locking on target.
Very nice.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Wait. What? There's another unit over here?
What are your orders, Skipper?
I had no idea.
Affirmative, Commander.
Well, that just proves that our sensors aren't necessarily up to snuff. We're going to move our Panther up over this way.
Quick stepping it.
The Stealth and the Vulcan are the mechs that we probably want to work on that for. We're just going to brace the Hunchy for right now.
Roger. Commander.
And we're going to run up over here. We're not going to see anything, of course.
Yes, Commander.
Not until next round.
Ready to rock.
And the Blackjack, we can just sprint it up over here.
Roger, Skipper. Taking it.
Okay.
Standing by. Maximum speed.
We've exited combat, so that's a thing.
Heading out.
There's our contact. Okay, it's a Skulker.
Roger.
I mean, we weren't likely to hit with our missiles. I just wanted to use the Arrow 4 there. Similarly, we're going to use the Thumpers to attack ground without entering combat.
All weapons. Go.
2 misses. Fair enough. To be
Now let's see
expected.
how you handle this.
Okay, that was a hit.
Try aiming next time. See what you get.
And now we've entered combat.
Yes.
Wonderful. So now the stealth can move up over this way. Get an LOS. And we can see that we did some damage. Not a ton. That, however, was a lot of damage.
Right.
We're going to sprint up over here. Odds are going to be pretty low at this range with a sprint, probably. Yeah, we'll pot shot it, though.
That's Commander.
Still got a structure exposure out of it. It's not terrible. We'll drop a couple of thumpers on it.
Here we go.
Kaboom.
One more for...
Well, I'm not exactly sure that I'd call that a heavy lance. More like 2 very light lances, but, okay. I guess we'll accept it. We'll get the bonus C-bills from, from the contract payment increases, and that means that we'll get a decent chunk of C-bills out of there anyway. Our salvage is going to be garbage. Realistically, what are we interested in here? Maybe a Beagle probe? We have 3 of them that we should probably be using. C3 unit. There's a decent engine core 240 here. We could sell that. That's kind of a backup option. We could grab another ferrofibrous. Remote sensor dispenser. We have 2 of them. Yeah, I think we'll just grab the ferrofibrous and see what we get. SRM4 and a couple of parts. Okay, mediocre. We didn't expect much from this salvage, though. We just wanted to get that cleaned up, and realistically, this is going to take, what, like 1 day and maybe 2,000 C-bills to repair? So that's not going to be a big deal. Let's see what Yang thinks about this. Yang's opinion is 7,000 C-bills and 2 days. Do it. Okay. That is fine. We'll tick forward 2 days. 1. Okay. Mealy in the mech bay, huh? Safety is punching Squire. We'll send them to settle things in the simulators. And they gain XP. And safety has low spirits. Fair enough. Okay. So, at this point, our mechs are repaired, other than the Chameleon and Cronus. They're both still underway. The mech warriors are definitely not ready just yet. How many do we have good to go? Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 we can deploy. I think this is fine. I think we're good to deploy. How long on our upgrade? 10 days? Okay. That is absolutely fine. Let's go through our mech warriors here, see if we can do any training.
Waiting for orders. What are your orders, Skipper?
Goldfinch, we can work on getting him towards that 4444.
Orders?
Let's see. Kraken, we should probably consider what we want to specialize him into for the second specialization here. And I am feeling like... Let's see. I'm just scrolling through seeing how many of each we have. We already have 3 of most. 4 sensor locks. Yeah, it kind of doesn't matter what we spec him into. I think we're going to spec him into guts here.
Training complete.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Plato does not have any training he can do. Rancher does. There you go.
Confirmed, Commander.
Excellent. Safety is not ready. Showboat, nope.
What can I do you for, Commander?
Anybody down over here? No. Okay. Well, there we go. It is time to put a cut in here. I was hoping that that last one would be much faster and that we'd be able to get 2 done this episode. Sadly, that does not seem to be the case. So I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we are just going to basically immediately deploy again, and we're just going to see about chipping our way through all of these One Skull missions before our financial report, build up as much money as possible, get the Argo done and dusted, and then from there, we can start getting into some more complicated things. For now, though, you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.